What's going on? What you want, boy? I'm busy fixing my own thing here, huh?
Hey, Uncle Frank. It's the end of the season. I was just wondering, hey, how do you store a mower for the winter time?
I got just the thing for you. Boy, I've been doing this for 40 years, boy. Let that thing sit outside with the gas in there and the oil
Really?
in there.
You don't even cover your mower with the tarp?
Don't even cover it up, boy. It'll start right up. I trust our gas.
And you just leave the fuel in there, really?
Boy, I've been doing this for 40 years. Don't be doubting me.
Never had any issues. All right, well, I trust you. I trust you, Uncle. I trust you. Hey,
Don't be calling me while I'm working now.
it's a pretty expensive machine. You sure? All right, I knew I could count on you.
Boy, I got something stolen.
I'll take the key out, though. I'll leave the key in. All right.
All right, I'm there.
I knew I could count on you. All right, springtime, ready to make some money? All right, let's hope this thing starts. Come on. Come on. Oh. Yo, Uncle Frank, whatever you do, don't take your uncle's advice. Today I'm going to show you 3 ways on how to do it correctly, so that way you have a fully starting machine, or mower in this case, when the springtime hits. So it's November right now, it's super cold outside, and I'm ready to store my machine. It's a John Deere Q810E. It does have a carbureted engine. This is a non-EFI engine. We actually have a full tank of gas, and I might tell you something right now that might shock you. I'm going to leave the fuel in the system. This is something abnormal, and this is the first way of winterizing it. Yes, you can actually leave your fuel in your machine. Some might have some issues with it. I know some people in the comment section are gonna write, no, you're a fool. Just remember, this is just one of the ways. And I'm able to do that by running ethanol-free fuel through my entire machine. And no matter what machine I use, whether it be 2-stroke or 4-stroke, whether it be Ventrac or push mower or chainsaw or blower, I always run ethanol-free fuel. The regular like 87, 89 fuel contains ethanol, and that ethanol actually absorbs moisture from the air. And over the wintertime, it actually separates and corrodes your carburetors, gums up all of your injectors, all of your main jets in your mowers and in your carburetor, and turns all of that into like a varnish that clogs everything up. And I was a mechanic for a very long time, and probably like 98% of people that brought their machines in with a no start issue left fuel in there over the wintertime and never even started it. And I asked them, why did you do so? Well, I just simply forgot, or I didn't know it was a problem. I didn't know what ethanol was. And get this, some people actually said, well, I don't want to let that fuel go to waste. You just wasted it by letting it sit in your machine and it turned into varnish. Now it's no good. Now, a couple things here about ethanol-free fuel. If you're switching over to ethanol-free fuel late in the season, and you have like cheap 85, 87 in your tanks right now, and you're adding ethanol free on top of that, I would not recommend leaving fuel in your system. I would actually recommend you run it dry completely or add a stabilizer to your fuel system like Seafoam. These methods work for any type of machine, whether you have 2-stroke or 4-stroke, whether you have a push mower, whether you have a sit down, stand on, 0-turn, a riding mower. These exact ways will get you through the winter time. A few more things that you should consider doing when putting away your machine. Well, first of all, make sure again you don't listen to your uncle's advice and store it outside uncovered. If you do have to store it outside, please cover it up with some tarp. And if you do store it outside and springtime comes, what you want to do is make sure that you don't have any mice or rodents anywhere. The first place I would check is your air filter system. They usually like to make a hideout in there. But also make sure to check all around your linkages and everything else that you can visibly see. If you have belt covers on your deck, take those off and see if maybe any mice have made nests in areas where you might have not blown out grass. That's the usual case. That's the usual area as well. But I've seen mice travel in around engine shroud covers and they get stuck, and then you start your machine and it's chaos after that. I've seen it all repairing machines, and mice can get into just about anywhere, into your mufflers. It never ends. So that's why I always recommend to store your equipment indoors. If you're not able to, at least tarp it up so that way rain and snow and everything else doesn't build up on your machine. Second tip is just to remove your ignition key, and also if you want to, remove your battery. Why would you leave your battery in your machine? I don't know. Some people say that the battery drains over the winter time, especially if you have your key inserted. But I've honestly never ran into that issue. But for safe measures, for safe keeps, I guess you can remove the battery. Another thing some people might tell you is to change your oil prior to storing it away, because old oil has all the acids from the combustion, which you're letting it sit there, etch into your engine. I honestly say the opposite. Change your oil when the springtime comes, because hey, you never know. You might be storing this thing outside, somehow water gets into your oil system. Well, now you've just contaminated your new oil over the winter time, especially if you don't check your oil in the springtime, which I highly recommend you do. Check your oil once springtime comes, just to make sure you don't have any water. Well, how do you know you would have water? The oil will be like a creamy color. That might actually give you an indication that your O-ring on your dipstick is faulty, making you need to change not only the oil, but also the O-ring on your dipstick too. All right, the last and final piece of advice I want to give you guys before storing your mower or machine away is to actually clean it. Especially lawnmowers. If you lift your mower up and you look underneath, there's more than likely grass buildup from cutting in wet conditions, especially in October, November time if you're still mowing. You're going to have grass and leaf clumps all under there, and you want to take a scraper and scrape off all of the grass. You don't want that sitting there, because that's going to hold that moisture, cause damage to the underside of your deck. I've seen actual decks from mowers corrode and literally start to puncture through the top because of how bad the rust has ate through that metal. Always make sure to clean up your machine, clean the underside, sharpen your blades, grease up all the Zerk fittings, change your air filters, change your spark plugs even. Just hold off on the oil until springtime, and you should be good to go to store your machine away properly. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions about anything that I have said, leave them in the comments down below. If you have questions about the John Deere Q810E here, simply check out the link I'll have in the description about these machines. And I hope this video was a help to you, and I hope that your mowers start this coming springtime. Thank you again so much. This has been Phil. Take care. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next one. Uncle Frank, it won't start. Remember when I called you last year in October? You upset me, Uncle Frank.